It's Tuesday, June 25th, 2013, and this is the StephenBlakesley.com podcast. On today's podcast, we will talk to the human highlight reel Geoff Ensign, who won both the Friday USAC event at Stockton and the Joe Hunt Wingless event at Placerville last weekend. Ensign's wins make him arguably the hottest driver in wingless racing in Northern California, and his win on Saturday made him the first repeat winner of the 2013 Joe Hunt Series. Friday night was a busy night for winged sprint cars, with wins being pulled down by Justin Sanders at Chico with the Civil War, Willie Croft at the Stockton 99 dirt track in an unsanctioned race, and Brad Furr picked up his third win at Ocean Speedway Watsonville. On Saturday night, the Placerville 360 win went to points leader Andy Forsberg. Big-time stock car action on Saturday included the NASCAR Can-Am Pro Series West at Sonoma Raceway. The wild points battle will continue as Derek Thorne scored his career's biggest win on the 1.99-mile road course to move 3 points ahead of Utah's Michael Self in the series standings. Canadian young gun Cameron Haley won the pole and came home in second in the race to run third in series points. At Kern County Raceway Park, Race Liberante scored a $2,500 win in the Pro Late Model division, while the Super Late Models at Irwindale Speedway were won by the Ripper Rip Michaels. This weekend, the Ocean Speedway returns to action for the first Johnny Key Classic qualifier, and we will have live coverage on Twitter on the Twitter handle at Stephen Blakesley. Kern County Raceway Park hosts the return of Sitco Late Models on Saturday after a 2-week absence, with David Mayhew leading the points. The SRL Spears Southwest Tour will make its stop at Kenny Shepard's Madera Speedway with a fireworks spectacular planned before the event goes green. A wide-open King of the West Series will make another California stop on Saturday with races at Placerville Speedway as well. And we're back on the StephenBlakesley.com podcast, and we're talking to the driver they call the human highlight reel, Geoff Ensign, who had an incredible weekend. He swept the weekend. He won the USAC show on Friday at the Stockton dirt track, and then picked up the Joe Hunt win at Placerville on Saturday. And Geoff, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
So first things first, this has been kind of a busy time for you guys. I understand you spent a little bit of time down there in Australia, and last year you got to go to Knoxville. And just tell us, first of all, what you've been up to the last year or so. It's been pretty busy for you.
Yeah, I've been running around a little bit, driving for the Van Leers, and then driving for Dave Johnson this year and stuff like that. And then down in Australia, I was driving for Jason Smith with Smith Brothers Motorsports, driving a wing fork 10 car down there.
And a lot of people don't necessarily know your background, but you're not necessarily a guy that can really bring a lot of money to the table. So what do these opportunities mean to you?
Oh, they mean the world to me, because I'm just from Sebastopol, and my family doesn't really have a lot of money and stuff like that. And we started out with a family-owned car. We just did as much as we could and raced as much as we could with what we had. And we tore the car up, and we were done for a couple of weeks. So I think that having that in the back of my mind and stuff has gotten me some recognition, and having car owners come up to me, and next thing you know, just driving for people, and it's been great.
And if you go back to 2011, that was kind of the season where I think a lot of people got to know who you were. You had some success at Petaluma, like you said, running some of your family stuff, and then you got that opportunity to drive for Ted Finkenbinder as a rookie in the USAC Western Classic Series, and you went out and won the title running pavement and dirt. Just how important was that season for you to get you where you are today?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that's really where I kind of cut my teeth and got my name and all that stuff. And I got to thank Ted Finkenbinder a lot for giving me that opportunity and stuff. And it was fun. I learned a lot. We ran a lot of races, and he let us go to many different tracks. And I learned a lot, and I think that's, kind of made me the driver I am today.
And also, probably the craziest thing about that was you were on pavement for half of that season. It was kind of a split series, dirt and pavement. That must have been kind of a unique experience for you, trying to go against guys like Tony Hunt, who have all that pavement experience, and you still got the best of them many times.
Yeah, for sure. Just trying to learn to adapt and learn the setups and all that stuff on the pavement was a big learning curve for me. And I had a few people come down and I asked and talked to and kind of helped us out along the way and got us better and better and helped us get our championship.
So moving forward, here we are in 2013, and you get that big USAC win on Friday night at Stockton. Now, that was probably your first time racing that track, I would imagine. It's only the third race on that track. That is a very big, exciting place, big grandstands, high profile. This win, I would imagine, would rank pretty high up there for you.
Yeah, it was definitely a good one for us. Yeah, I've never seen the place before. I mean, I saw a little bit of YouTube clips from the Outlaw Show and stuff like that, but other than that, I've never seen the place. But it kind of reminded me a lot of Hanford. So, and we ran pretty good down there in Hanford with Dinkelminder's car. So, yeah, it kind of reminded me of that place a lot.
And then the following day, you guys get back into a spec sprint car and you go over to Placerville Speedway, and you're the only repeat winner this year in the Joe Hunt Series. You've had a pretty dang good run with those guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've had a really strong year so far in the spec sprints. We just had some mechanical problems that kind of, ran into a little bit here and there. Cost us a win a couple weeks ago. We were leading the show and had a U-joint go out on us. But, the spec sprint ride that I got with Dave Johnson has been really working out well. We get along great, have a good time, and go out there and do the best we can.
We're on the phone with Geoff Ensign, the human highlight reel, who swept the weekend. He's got to be probably one of the hottest wingless sprint car drivers in Northern California. And for me personally, because I worked with USAC when you were a part of that series, of course, I really think of you as a wingless driver. But you've also had a lot of success with the wings on. You've gotten a couple wins this year. Is that right?
Yeah, for sure. With the Van Leers, they put together a really nice car for me. It's probably the nicest wing 360 car that I've driven ever. So it's really nice to get good equipment and all that stuff and do good. It's been great. It's been paying off, and hope it continues.
And so sitting where you are now in your racing career with a lot of wingless success, a lot of winged wins at Petaluma Speedway, you drive for kind of a variety of car owners. What's the schedule for the rest of 2013, and what are some of your goals in sprint car racing?
I think my goals would be, I'm pretty humble when it comes to that. If I can just make a living driving sprint cars or whatever, I think I'd be totally content and happy. But, of course, all of us have dreams and stuff to make the Outlaws or, go, run Indy and all that stuff. Of course, I would love to do all that. But, as long as I can make a living and feed my family and stuff like that, racing, I'm happy.
I think, although for me on the West Coast, when you won that USAC championship, that was kind of a defining moment for you guys. But I think a lot of people, honestly, they might know you best from your performance at Knoxville last year. It was a short-lived performance, I guess. But tell the fans about that whole thing. That was quite an opportunity you had, and you almost made it real big in that heat race.
Yeah, for sure. Dave Limbs out of South Dakota gave me a chance of a lifetime to go there and run Knoxville. And, it took me a little bit, to get through hot laps and qualifying and stuff. But, once we got rolling in the heat race, it was great. We were in a transfer spot, to make the feature. And just had some bad luck and the motor let go on us. But, yeah, it was really nice finally to get comfortable there, and it was good. We were rolling pretty good.
So are you guys planning on going back east at all this year?
Not as of right now, no. It's a little tough, especially with, everybody's a little bit low budget this year, and rides for that show are really tough to come by,
And you are chasing the Joe Hunt points. Are you guys going to be running more of these USAC races after getting this win on Friday?
Yeah, I think the Van Leers and stuff, they had a great time, down there in Stockton, and then we ran Watsonville with the CRA and Western Classic, and we've been having fun doing that, so there's probably a good shot that we'll be coming down and running some more of that stuff. And Dave Johnson, he has fun running the Joe Hunt series and stuff, so yeah, you could probably see us at those races also.
So what do you do for a day job? I know when you guys were working with Finkenbinder, you kind of went to work for him. What do you do during the day, Monday through Friday over there?
Well, I was previous probably about a couple months ago, I had a full-time job doing fire sprinklers and commercial and residential and stuff. But now that we've been racing a lot more, that kind of conflicted with it a little bit. So I kind of said goodbye and went our ways. And now I have some buddies and stuff that I work with doing part-time work and doing a little bit of tile and stuff like that just to pay for the bills, while I'm racing and stuff.
So it sounds like you're putting a lot of your focus onto racing right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not getting any younger. I mean, I'm still 23, but I think with all the new kids and all the stuff coming out now, they're 18 and all this stuff, it's like I got to do it now while I can.
So considering you drive for so many different car owners across so many different series, do you enjoy the wingless or the wing sprint cars more?
Honestly, I love them both. I think each one has their, style, and tracks are probably better for winged or non-winged, but I love them both. They're just two different styles of racing, and as long as it's open wheel sprint cars, I'll be there. I love them.
And last thing for you, you run for so many different car owners. Like I said, I'd like to give you a chance to thank some of the people that are helping you this year.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I got to thank the Van Leers for sure for putting together a great car to run this year and stuff like that, and opportunities to go run Stockton and all over. And same with Dave Johnson, giving me a great, spec car to go win races with and stuff and have a great time. And then Jason Smith in Australia, I couldn't ask for, that's just a dream. Anybody's dream to go to Australia and race during the winter and stuff. And he's given me a great opportunity for that. And I can't thank him enough for that.
Well, Geoff, we want to thank you for coming on to our show. Congratulations on your great weekend, and good luck the rest of the season.
Yeah, thanks, and thanks for having me on the show.
We want to thank you for tuning in to this edition of the StephenBlakesley.com podcast, and a thanks again to our guest, the human highlight reel, Geoff Ensign. A reminder, we will have live Twitter updates on Friday from Ocean Speedway, Watsonville for the first Johnny Key Classic qualifier. You can follow us on the Twitter handle at Stephen Blakesley. And for the best in short track racing news, you can follow us on our website, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you at the races.